Peace, family. Peace, family, and welcome back to the Campaign TV show. I am your host, Brother King Cam, and we are back in business this week. So happy to be back with the family to share some of the updates as well as talk about some of these issues that are pertaining to our community and how we can resolve them, family. So let's all come in here because what we're going to be discussing on tonight's show is going to be dealing with the recent murders of up and coming rapper King Von as well as Mo3 from Dallas. We're going to be talking about why is it necessary to stop the killing. So come on in, share this out, family. Share this out to as many people as possible. And as you already know, how we do it here at the Campaign TV show, we always make it a team effort to spread the word. So I'm going to put the mic down and I'm going to also help with sharing this out to the people. But it's gonna be a good show. I know y'all. We haven't been on for the last 2 weeks. So tonight is gonna be a really good night just to get back into the flow of things because the week before last, we were had the Atlanta boot camp with Brother Ben X. Had the Atlanta boot camp. So we was live with the ABS family doing that. So we had that on a Wednesday night, which was beautiful because it was an ABS tribe call in person. We was helping people build their business, helping people with entrepreneurship, helping people overcome some of the fears that they have, helping people deal with behaviors and self-destructive behaviors that they're trying to get rid of. We dealt with a lot of trauma. It was a beautiful, beautiful meeting. So if you're interested in digital real estate, learning how to make money online, how to build your brand online, then we're going to be reopening digital real estate to the public. We're going to be reopening digital real estate to the public on Black Friday with a discount for the family. So if you're an entrepreneur and want to know how to brand online, you want to get this digital real estate. So let me know in the comments section if you want to go ahead and get on the waiting list for that because it's going to be a beautiful, beautiful thing. What's going on, Brother Carlos? Brother Juan Carlos is in the building. So let me share this out a little bit and then we can get it moving. We're going to get it popping for sure. So let me go ahead and share this out, man. So y'all get in the comment section. Let me know where y'all from, where y'all watching at. Let me know where y'all tapping in at. And let's share this out to as many people as possible because I think tonight is going to be important. The topics that we're going to be discussing because they're very, very relevant. Now, some of us that are far removed or a little bit removed from the streets don't see the necessity in this conversation. Those of us who are far removed from, some of the things we used to do or remembering that we as young people made mistakes, this conversation is not for you. If you want to condemn the rappers, then it's not the show for you because we're not going to condemn the rappers. Okay? What we're going to be doing is we're going to be listening to a clip from the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan because he went on tour in the 90s and did a tour around the country, on Stop the Killing, specifically talking to the gangs, talking to the youth, and bringing awareness to the fact that the government has a plan for our youth, particularly Black men in general, for them to be completely or us to be completely wiped out. And the way they're going to justify doing it is by allowing us to first kill ourselves and then they come and do the mop up job. So that's what we're going to be talking about tonight because I think it's very relevant today when you see what's going on with these rappers and all of the gang violence and violence that's happening within our communities. So it's hard to have shows like this and to do the work that we do when you don't have people that's actually going to be striving to change their life. So it's hard to tell people to clean up. It's hard for us to go about and talk about, hey, listen, the black man got a future. The black youth doing this, they trying to straighten up, but every time they turn around, it's something going down in our community. We're becoming menace to society in our own community. And that was one of the movies that they came out with in the 90s that they showed all across the world to showcase black youth. And the minister points that out, that they use menace to society, boys in the hood, all of the quote unquote hood classics that we watch. They use those movies to showcase to people across the world who did not have an understanding of black youth and the conditions that we in. They use that to show them this is how they act. This is how they behave. This is how they treat one another. This is how they act in their neighborhood. This is how they treat the people in their community. This is how they treat themselves. So they show a bunch of black on black violence in order to have other people believe that this is how we operate on a regular basis. They don't show the circumstances. They don't show how we got into that condition, but they're going to show the results of the savage behavior in that condition. And then when they come up with the mop-up crew and call the National Guard and start to killing young black people in the street, it's going to be justified. It's going to be justified. So I think this is a very important conversation to have, because a lot of these rappers are being slain over beef, over hate in the city, over envy, over jealousy. And a lot of this, or all of this, is a product from the Willie Lynch syndrome. See, the Willie Lynch syndrome was used to control slaves. And in the process of using it to control the slaves, it instilled a certain amount of self-hatred within us for our brothers and sisters. So they would use any difference that they could to pit us against one another, whether it was sex, male against female, light skin versus dark skin, tall versus short, old versus young. They used all of these different things to create self-hate within us so that we would not see each other as family, because if we saw each other as family, then uniting and rising up against the oppressor would be nothing. And then we could overtake our oppressor and come out of that condition. But because they instilled the self-hate, we could never unite. Most of the slave revolts that was planned were interrupted or intervened by the oppressor, because why? One of us went and told. One of us went and ratted people out to the slave master, and they was able to stop the revolt, stop the rising, stop those who wanted to come out of bondage. See, we did that. And from slavery up until today, 2020, you see remnants of self-hatred and the Willie Lynch syndrome all over the black community and all over black America. So I think it's very, very, very important. Okay. That's right. You can't stop the black man's rise and control. You can't do that. But what they're doing is they prolonging it. Because see, this thing could be done overnight. The Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad said that our unity will solve 95% of our problems. See, we could do that overnight and we'd be almost where we want to be. 95% of our issues could be solved with our unity. But the problem is Willie Lynch is so embedded in our DNA at this point that it's difficult for us to unify on common ground. We find anything to beef about. We beef about colors. I got on red, you got on blue. Now we cripping in blood, we banging. You understand me? I got on this shirt, you got on that shirt. We trying to do whatever it is to be different. See? We write our C's different, our B's different. We got a different lingo. We got a different code. Now we done went out of the streets because the Crips and the Bloods done settled their differences. Now it's conscious gang banging and religious gang banging. Christians can't bang with Muslims. Muslims don't bang with Hebrew Israelites. Hebrew Israelites got a problem with the Moors. The Moors got a problem with the Nation of Islam. Now you got knowledge. Now you got knowledge. Wa alaikum salam, sir. Now you have knowledge, but you're not using it for the upliftment of your people. But what you're doing is you're furthering white supremacy. You're furthering white supremacy Why? Because what you're doing is not bringing the house together. You're not bringing the family together. You're dividing and conquering with the knowledge, with the lessons, the 5%ers. You got supreme wisdom, but you're still a slave. Why? Because the first order of the day is not business. The first order of the day is not unity. The first order of the day is not love my brother as I love myself. Huh? That's not the order of the day. So now we conscious gang banging, religious gang banging, doing all that foolishness, and we're not able to accomplish what it is that needs to be accomplished. So our unification is number one. No matter what color you wear, no matter what language you pray to God in, no matter what expression you worship the one God in, we should all be on one accord, which is freedom, justice, and equality for our people. So whatever it is that you're doing or whatever sector group you're a part of, as long as you're trying to work on the behalf of Black liberation, freedom, justice, and equality, unifying to build businesses, to take care of the Black woman and take care of the children, and to help with the rise of the Black man, Black woman, and poor people and oppressed people all over the world, then we can rock, because that's what we're trying to do. If that's not what you're trying to do, then just easily get on out the way. But don't come over here and try and upset this ship that we got over here, because now you just become an op. You understand? Now you just become an op because you're trying to stop the rise of Black people. You're trying to stop somebody from doing the good or doing the right thing. You're trying to stop them. So we not having that. And what you're seeing with these rappers, man, is that we really got to get back out here and get back in touch with our people that's in the hood. Because what's happening is you have one brother that is making his way out of the hood and have made some mistakes, that have done some things that he's not proud of, because he was trying to make a way for himself. See, remember, the 94 crime bill took a lot of fathers up out of our communities and out of our households, and they was moved into the prison industrial system for selling a little weed or a little coke, a little dope. You understand? So they was moved into the prison industrial system. So you having single mothers that's raising these young boys that's not able to get the type of maturation and love that's needed from a proper male figure. So now all you seeing is the cycle repeating itself. So when the cycle repeats itself, you got more young boys in the street that don't have any jobs, that don't have any way to make money. So they get going out, they selling drugs. They don't feel good about themselves. And when they see somebody that look like them doing better than them, that came out of the same neighborhood that they came out of, and not to mention now we had beef because we was in separate gangs. Oh, I got to get at him because it's going to give me some type of recognition. See, the minister says we all want recognition. We all want love. So if we're not being loved, we're going to try to do whatever it is we need to do to get some attention. So if that means I got to take my brother's life to get a little bit of limelight, I'm going to do that, because I done face death each and every day. The minister said to live in the ghetto is to walk with death as a companion. Huh? He said to walk with death as a companion. So you can't scare me with death, because I've been walking with death as a companion, which is a byproduct of living in the ghetto, in the hood, in communities that are purposely sectioned off and cut off from any resources to help change the condition or the reality of the people. You understand? So let's listen to what the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan has to say about what the government is planning to do to us because of our foolishness. So let's go ahead and check that out. Y'all know the minister gonna bring it. You know that. Y'all know the minister gonna bring it. So let me go ahead and pull this up.
No child of mine punked me. I brought that ass in the world and I'll take it out. But you're not gonna rule me. And I'm not gonna take.
Hold up, family. Hold up. Let me remove that. I'm tripping. Hold on, family. Let's get it together. I've been out the game for a minute. Let me see something. Hold on, man. Why I can't get it? Trying to get the minister up here. Hold on, family. All right, boom.
Take advantage of you. That's the only wrong thing about it. You take your frustration out on your children. Don't do that. But don't spare the rod. That's what a behind is made for. Look how beautiful and shapely it is. Beat the hell out of it. I'm at the end of my time here, so I better pack up and go. But let me tell you what they got planned. Now, since the fighting was to start here, I want you to...
Hold on, family. I don't know why I can't get this up the way I need it to be up. It ain't showing the minister. Hold on. Okay, Chrome tab. All right. I got it now. There we go. Oh yeah, we got it now. There we go. Boom. I told y'all I was getting to it. Okay, here go the minister right here, fam.
Watch this. Because they're already planning to take your life. The police are no longer police. They're soldiers. They have their bulletproof vests. They have their riot gear. They have their tasers. They have their pepper spray. They have heavy weapons. We used to be able to speak in armories no more because the armories are filled with armored personnel carriers and tanks. You remember when Brother Khalid was here and we had the topographical center? He used to tell you about all the roads around the city. See? Yeah, defense highways are what they call, and how the tanks was going to roll. Well, they're ready now. They've been down in Fort Hood training on house-to-house combat. The black community are like the Palestinians. You got some AK-47s, but the Israelis got F-16s, helicopter gunships, armored personnel carriers, tanks, bulldozers. Then they got your neighborhood surrounded. Go ahead, rise up. You cut off the water, cut off the gas, cut off the electricity, won't let a food truck in. You rape the supermarket until there ain't nothing there. A few days you're hungry. Then he said, come out. Come out. The helicopter gunship flying over Watts. The helicopter gunship flying over East LA, spraying you with 50 caliber machine guns. You like blood, huh? Let me tell you what the Bible says. See, God came to save us because he loved us. But we are so filled with hatred. And all you gangbangers that know how to say Assalamu alaikum and then kill your brother when that's supposed to mean peace. See, that means you know what you're doing. Remember I was telling you about that dude at the Source Awards? He was so filthy. I've never heard no filth like that in my life. And then he heard that Farrakhan was in the audience when he was cutting up like that. He came backstage and he said, oh, minister, I didn't know you was here. Please forgive me. He bowed down low. I picked him up. I said, brother, it's all right. I said, but it showed you have a conscience. And I was your conscience because when you found out that I was present, you didn't want to do that. You knew you had violated me, but really you violated yourself. You violated your people. You got to do better than that, brother. I don't condemn us because I love us. But at this point, I'm kind of tired. I'm tired of seeing my mothers here burying their children. And I believe you tired of killing. But you know how you got started? See, you didn't live in the 60s, many of you young people. But we who came through the 60s, we knew that there was a counterintelligence program of the U.S. government that pitted us one against the other and watched us kill each other, and they fostered it and destroyed black organizations and black leadership. The same dirty tricks that the CIA used to destabilize governments around the world, they used them on black organizations. Now, when the Berlin Wall fell, they brought their CIA agents back from Eastern Europe and brought them to America to work among the gangs. Do you think they were working among you for peace? They were setting you up for the slaughter. In came crack, in came guns, in came territorial squabbles, in came colors.
And that's exactly what I was just talking about, family, is the fact that we allow our differences to keep us from being a family. And the minister giving us the game now, he letting you know the government, the same way that they use those tactics to destabilize foreign governments, they're using the exact same tactics in the black community. They used it in the 60s during the civil rights movement, when we had the Black Panthers, the Nation of Islam, the Deacons of Defense, the NAACP. You had all of these different organizations working on behalf of the black liberation struggle. You had Pan-Africanists, black nationalists, everybody working in accord for the black liberation struggle. So in comes the CIA, in comes the FBI with the counterintelligence program, sending in agents, causing mischief among the leadership of the black organizations, eventually to have us kill one another and then bring down the whole organization. COINTELPRO. So the minister is telling you they're using the same tactics from the 60s. And those of us who was not around in the 60s, those of us who haven't studied the civil rights movement, you need to study it. Because in that is what they're doing today. What you seeing in Chicago is COINTELPRO. What you seeing in Philadelphia, COINTELPRO. What you seeing in Atlanta, COINTELPRO. What you seeing in Brooklyn, what you seeing in LA, COINTELPRO. You understand? So we need to take this as a lesson. Come on, brother minister.
In came hand signals. In came East Coast, West Coast madness. Now you're set for the slaughter. And I'm telling you, brothers, mothers, if we don't stop this now, there'll be blood in the streets, as it is written, up to the horse's bridle. They are afraid of these young men. Brothers, do you know what it's like in America to grow up and you don't have no fear of dying? We ain't never had a generation like you. Negroes always been scared. See me scratching. Every time the white man come along, yeah, I said, bro, it's how you survive. You're a different breed. That's right. And you're such a different breed that you frighten them. And you see, if we can stop you from killing each other, then they say the next thing them niggas gonna do, and then Spanish people, they call us spicks and niggas, say they're gonna turn on us. Yeah. So let's get them before they get us. This is real. I understand that a couple of police got shot. They'll shoot their own just to have an excuse to get at you. Just like they would shoot a Crip and blame it on the Bloods, then come over on the other side and shoot a Blood. And look, brothers, they got agents all among you. And sometimes the agent is the best Crip, the best Hoover, the best 18th Street. Because he the one that want to lead it always. And then when you want a peace, he says, I don't want no damn peace with them people. Then who paid you? Is it your job to keep the stuff going? You got to watch. I'm telling you, Muslims.
See? Man, the minister bringing it, man. He really making us to understand what is happening out here, because you don't know that like he said, the best Crip, the best Blood, the best Hoover, the best GD is the one that always want to keep the drama going. Come on, man. Who want to constantly be living in a state of paranoia where you don't know when you go outside, that might be your last day because you might get caught up in a shootout. You might get caught up in the middle of a crossfire. You can't go to the gas station. You can't go to the grocery store. You can't go shopping like FBG Duck without someone coming to kill you, because this is the lifestyle that we have grown accustomed to. Nobody wants to live in that type of lifestyle. But you have to understand that the hidden hand, the hand that's unseen, that's helping to control the violence, is the one sending in the agents to keep it going. So when you come in and say, man, listen, we need to dead this beef, bro. We need to just stop this because it's not even necessary. You understand? We wasn't even around when the beef started. So why are we continuing the same cycle of killing over people we never saw, never met, never had any interactions with? Why are we continuing the cycle? But the agent is the one that's going to say, no, bro, we got to keep it going. We got to go and get them niggas. We got to get them niggas because they got one of us. Well, as the minister said, well, then who paid you? Because I don't want to continue to keep beefing with my brothers. We beefing over blocks we don't even own. We beefing over streets we don't even own. We going at it over buildings and street corners that we haven't even owned. See, real gangsters are the ones in the suits that's buying up the block. Now they got real control. You can't buy no block if you running around being a menace to your community. You can't ever become powerful because you're not pooling your resources for the good or for the betterment of yourself, your family, your nation. You're not doing any of that. Like the minister said, we're playing right into the enemy's hands because we're being set up for the slaughter. So when you see these things, these young rappers being murdered, like King Von right here in Atlanta, Mo3 in Dallas, it's a continuation of self-hatred, a continuation of the cycle. Mo3 mentioned in the interview, and I wanted to play the interview, but it's a Vlad TV interview, and y'all gonna be, we ain't playing bad, we ain't playing bad. And I understand that we ain't rocking with Vlad, but at the same time, I thought the clip was very impactful because Mo3 talked about why they started beefing with him in his hood. Because he had beef with people and was beefing from back in the day with old gang stuff before he started to blow up with the rap, with the music. But then they deaded the beef. He said that they deaded the beef. And then when he started to bubble and started to gain notoriety as one of the premier rappers in the city and started to really catch fire, he said that they started to bring the beef back up. He thought it was dead. They brought the beef back up just to say that they beefing with now the hottest rapper in Dallas, or now the hottest rapper in Atlanta, or the hottest rapper in Brooklyn, or the hottest rapper in VA. See? Foolishness. And we playing right into the hands of the enemy, because then he gonna get a 2-for-1. Because if you go and do something to the person that's the hottest rapper, not only are you gonna take his life, disrupt his family, and disrupt the community, but then you gonna lose your own life, because the enemy not gonna spare you none. You going to jail for a long time. And if you don't go to jail, what's gonna happen? Then the streets gonna take care of business, and another black man gonna be murdered. Then he gonna be taken away from his children. And do we not even think about the fact that these people have families? That our people have children that they're bringing up? Do we even think about how that is going to impact the sons and the daughters of the person that you beefing with? I mean, we really got to think about this thing, because at the end of the day, you are being a detriment to your own people. We are dying from the inside. We're dying and killing each other from the inside, disrupting black families and black households, which is exactly what the enemy wants to do anyway. So now you're doing his bidding. So in the lessons, it says, why does the devil keep us illiterate? And the answer is so we can be used as a tool. And you don't want to be used as a tool or a slave. But that's what's happening when you are ignorant to the knowledge of self. When you're ignorant to the plan of the open enemy, then you can be used as a tool and a slave. So we got to wake up, family. We got to wake up. As many of us that's on this live stream that either have children or have nieces and nephews, have family, young people that we know, godchildren, young people that we know that are in this situation right now. In this situation right now, family. And we got to step up to the plate. We can't continue to sit back and say, hey, that I can't do nothing about that. No, we gotta get active. We got to get active, family. So it's on us. Let's go ahead and finish this up with the minister.
You got agents among you, Minister Tony. I got them up around me too. Sometimes I don't know who the hell is who. I know if Jesus had 12 and one of them was a devil, and I ain't as smart as Jesus, I would be a fool to think that everybody that say Assalamu alaikum love me. So you got to watch the people. And everybody that is a Muslim, see, you got to watch and listen to people who claim to be that. Listen to their talk, because their talk will tell you who they are. But if you busy griping, you can't hear the talk. So as I leave you, brothers, sisters, we got to stop the killing. I want us to pledge that we'll work it out. I mean, quickly. That's right, brother. Put a stop to it. I want the Muslims, old and new, followers of the Imam, followers of Farrakhan, I don't care who you follow, we got to get in a room together and lift a light up for those that walk in darkness, and begin to pool our resources and begin to create some economic development in the hood. We got to do it. We got to do it. We got to do it. Stop, Muslims, walking by your brother and don't sit down. One thing about Brother Khalid. Khalid loved his people. He came off real macho, but he had a very tender heart. I know the tender part of brother as well as the macho part of brother. He would see a black man On a curb, he would be driving in a Rolls, and he would stop his Rolls and go sit down on the curb with his brother and begin teaching his brother. What kind of spirit is that he had? What kind of spirit is that you have? See, my suit too clean. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So, family, as we go ahead and get ready to close this down, man, the minister was getting into solutions. And he's talking about how we are now have to go to work. We got to go to work. You know, we can't sit around and continue to blame the rappers. We can't continue to blame the music. Yeah, we know that's a part of it. And some of the things that you talk about in your music, you know, can lead to other things. But we all made mistakes. And I think we get too comfortable with throwing stones. We're living in glass houses and throwing stones because some of us are from that same life that we are condemning these brothers. Some of us grew up in those same conditions that we condemning these brothers. And we're not doing enough. I'm not going to say we're not doing anything. I'm going to say we're not doing enough to help create a change. It's going to take more than just a few people. As the minister said, we got to pledge to go back into the community and start to create some type of economic development. And it's going to take us on all different scales, all different levels to be able to do this. But that's what's going to stop us from being so violent when it comes to one another, because we have to have businesses that's going to get our mind out of being idle. And y'all know what the saying is: the idle mind is the devil's playground. So as long as we have idle minds in the hood, then you're gonna have the devil's playground that's gonna be there to be able to be manipulated. So we have to start to create jobs. We have to bring back skills training and technical training back into the schools. We got to get active. We got to get civically active. We got to get into our communities. We got to get on our school boards. We got to start creating programs. We got to build businesses. We got a lot of work to do. We got a lot of work to do, and it's a lot of people that need to chip in, because 1 or 2, 5 or 10 people not going to be able to do it all, family. We need one person. We need people that's going to work strictly on the education piece. We need people that's going to work strictly on the finance piece. We need people that's going to work strictly on the business piece. We need people that's going to work strictly on the after-school activity piece, and then on the family piece. But we need everybody bringing their skills and their talents to the table so that we can get busy. That's the goal. So whether you Hebrew Israelite, whether you Moorish Science Temple, whether you Nation of Islam, whether you 5%, whether you Christian, no matter what it is, we got to come together, man. I'm not doing none of that religious gangbanging. I'm on unity. That's the type of time. I'm not on demon time. We on God time. And we on unifying our people. That's what we doing. That's what it is. So if you're trying to debate, we ain't with the debates. If you trying to gangbang and talk about religious philosophy, well, you ain't gonna get none of that out of me. You want to talk and debate Bible and Quran, we can do that after we free. The minister said we can discuss religion after we free. Those of us who say we don't need a religion, you need to come to the table and let's get busy, because those of us that don't claim a religion and claim to be spiritual be the most messiest ones. We the pettiest ones. We're in the conscious community gang banging with sages and whatnot. You understand me talking about peace and black power with incense, and at the same time you making videos exposing somebody. See, getting into foolishness when we got work to do, because people is losing their life out here in the street. Our brothers are dying out here in the street. Children are being left without fathers out here in the street. So it's time for us to start to spread the message and to teach to stop the killing, family. That's it. So I appreciate y'all for watching, listening, for tuning in tonight. You know, this is our first show back for being off for 2 weeks. Because, I want to give y'all some updates too. Like I said, 2 weeks ago, we was at the Atlanta Business Boot Camp with Brother Ben X. And then last week, I was moving. We was packing up from the old spot into the new spot. So, you know, all the stuff was packed up. I'm just getting it unboxed. I really don't have everything together now. But I said I got to come and talk to the people. I got to come and be a man of the people as I am and deliver on bringing this knowledge, whether we fully set up or not. Because we can't make no excuses. It's too many of us out here making excuses. So I can't be a part of the excuse game in the popcorn gallery. No, we got to get it together. So even though we ain't all the way set up, we set up enough so we can do our thing here at the Campaign TV show. I appreciate y'all for watching, listening, tuning in tonight. You know, we're going to build it back up how we got to do it each and every Wednesday, family. And we're going to get right to it. So I appreciate y'all again. If you like to donate, y'all see it scrolling across the bottom right here on the bottom. I see it's scrolling right there. If you like to send us something to keep the lights on here at the Campaign TV show, you could do it via Cash App at Campaign TV show. Or if you got PayPal, the PayPal is right there at the bottom as well. So thank you again, family, for tuning in. Let's share this out. Let's get this message out. And I'll see y'all again next week. Peace and blessings. Assalamu alaikum.